Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, the pituitary gland, that is also called the hypophysis cerebri. It is present near the base of the skull in a fossa called the pituitary fossa. Now, this is a master gland which secretes several hormones and that influence the activity of other endocrine glands also. The hypophysis cerebri, it has two parts, the anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary, and both of them, they are attached to the hypothalamus. Now, the posterior pituitary, that is attached to the hypothalamus by the pituitary stalk, while the anterior pituitary, that is attached to these portal vessels, anastomosing portal vessels to the hypothalamus. Then there are different parts of the, first of all, different parts of the anterior pituitary. First part, anterior one, the largest one, that is called the pars distalis or anterior pituitary. Just behind the pars distalis is a gap, this cleft, that is the remnant of the Rathke's pouch. Then it also contains posterior to that an area which is called the pars intermedia. Pars intermedia, and some part of the anterior pituitary that moves upwards and that surrounds the pituitary stalk. It is called the pars tuberalis. So, the anterior pituitary, it has these parts, the main anterior pituitary, the part of the pituitary posterior to this cleft, which is the remnant of the Rathke's pouch, this part of the anterior pituitary, that is called the pars intermedia, and above to that is the pars tuberalis. These are different parts of the anterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary, it forms about 70% of the total pituitary gland. And posterior to the pars intermedia, this remaining part posterior to that is the pars nervosa. And this pituitary, posterior pituitary, that is attached to the hypothalamus by the pituitary stalk. First of all, about the anterior pituitary. Now, this anterior pituitary, it has two types of cells called the chromophores and chromophils. They are called the chromophores and chromophils. Now, the chromophores, these are the cells, they have no granules. So, they are not stained, they are light in color. The anterior pituitary, it has cells, two types of cells, mainly the chromophores and the chromophils. Now, the chromophore cells, they are in groups here having small nuclei together, and these cells, they have no granules. So, they are not stained by the ordinary stains, and they look light in color in the center of these cords. These cells, they form the cords. Next one, now the action of the chromophores, that is not known, but here some action is that the chromophils, they are formed by the chromophore cells. So, these are also work as the stem cells. Next one is the chromophil cell. Now, these chromophil cells, they are further divided into acidophilic cells and basophilic cells. They are in the form of cords. Now acidophilic cells, they are pink in color, red in color, having a nucleus in the center. They stain acidophilic, while the basophilic cells, they are bluish in color and they stain blue in color. They have also a rounded nucleus in the center. Now different hormones, they are secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. These are the somatotropes, which secrete the somatotrophin hormone or growth hormone. Then mammotropes, they secrete the prolactin, which helps in the development of breast during pregnancy and in lactation after childbirth. Now then the third one is the corticotropes. Now these corticotropes, they secrete the adrenocorticotropic hormone. Then there are gonadotropes. These gonadotropes, they have the luteotropic cell and the follicular stimulating hormones. So these are all the hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. Now the portal vessels from the hypothalamus, they pass it downwards with the pituitary gland, and this anterior pituitary gland that is supported or attached to the hypothalamus due to these portal anastomosis portal blood vessels. This was the anterior pituitary. Now the part of the pars intermedia of the anterior pituitary. Now this pars intermedia, it have vesicles, and these vesicles, they have cuboidal cells. Now these cuboidal cells, they have no granules and there is no secretion from the pars intermedia. But in animals, this pars intermedia, it secretes the melanocyte stimulating hormone. And the third part is the pars tuberalis. Now this pars tuberalis, it is also vesicle. Here this vesicle has also colloid in the center, and pars tuberalis, it has also vesicles lined by the cuboidal cells, and it has colloid in the center. Then this was about the anterior pituitary gland. Next one is the posterior pituitary. This posterior pituitary, now this part, it connects with the hypothalamus with the infundibulum or pituitary stalk. So this one is the infundibulum. Now the pars nervosa, it receives axons from the thalamus, from the hypothalamus, and these axons, they arise from the neurons of the two nuclei, the paraventricular nucleus and supraoptic nucleus. Paraventricular nucleus and supraoptic nucleus, here these neurons, their axons, they pass downwards, and here at the region of the medial eminence, these neurons, they join together and they form a tract, collection of the fibers called the tract. This tract is called the hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. Then these fibers, axons, they move downwards into the pars nervosa. These axons reaching from the supraoptic and supraventricular nuclei, these are unmyelinated axons. Unmyelinated axon. Now the terminal part of each axon that ends into a vesicle. That ends into a vesicle. Now, two types of hormones, they are stored here in these vesicles. One is the vasopressin, and the other one is oxytocin hormone. So these two hormones. But now these two hormones, vasopressin and oxytocin, here they are secreted in the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, and then this secretion or these hormones, they pass through these axons and reaches to the pars nervosa, and then they are stored here in the distal part of the axon, this dilated portion. So remember that no hormones are synthesized in the pars nervosa. It stores, it acts as a store for the hormones received from the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, the vasopressin and oxytocin. Now, near to these vesicles are present the capillaries. There are present capillaries, and these capillaries, whenever the body needs these hormones, that hormone enters into these capillaries and reaches to the site where they are needed.